So, this election cycle has created a divide among citizens of the United States. We talked to, and we're attempting to hook up with this workplace culture expert, Michael Ray Newman, business coach. We talked to him about a similar subject about 6 months ago, and that is about politics in the workplace. Because obviously you can't discourage people from having any conversations at all, but you kind of got to set some ground rules. So afterwards, right, this thing's over. Donald Trump spent the weekend in New Jersey attempting to fill some open positions right now. So eventually you're going to get into work today, and there are going to be some folks that want to talk about that. And there are going to be some folks that are still a little angry that the thing happened in the first place.
Well, the other part of that is pretty simple, and that is you have to know what the parameters are, but that can't just be something you make up on your own, which is why you need some workplace guidance, which is why we have our guest. Business
coach and employee morale specialist, Michael Ray Newman. What should when you begin to open your mouth to talk about politics in the office, what should you be thinking?
Don't do it.
Yeah. It's good talking to you, Michael. Seriously, just not at all?
See you later. Yeah, you really, I mean, that's just, and why? What's the point? I mean, are you really going to change someone's point of view in a 3-minute conversation at the water cooler? And is it worth it? And right now, here's where we are right now as a country. The Band-Aid's been ripped off for half and excited about the other half. It doesn't matter what your affiliation is. There's some people that are reacting opposed to responding. And let me explain that. If you go to the doctor and they say you're having a reaction to the medicine, that's negative. If you go to the doctor and they say your body's responding to the negative, that's positive. Now, what happens is when we don't think and we're emotionally vested, we have a tendency to react opposed to respond, and that's kind of where we are right now.
So when you think about this, and it's a little different for us because I cover politics on a daily basis, and people from the outside are always calling to register their thoughts and all of that. But just in a general workplace that does not have that as a backdrop, just move along. So when Harry in the next cubicle says, I can't stand that D or that R, and you should say, hey, Harry, what kind of dressing you having for Thanksgiving?
Hey, that's perfect. Isn't that the best political move is to redirect when you're doing the deal? That's exactly what you should do.
How do you write the memo? If you're a boss listening right now, what should the memo say? By the way, folks, if you think bringing up politics is a good idea, think again.
I love that. That's a great question. And really and truly, the speed of the pack is determined by the speed of the leader. If you got a leader that's going to stir the pot, you're going to get what you get. And that's what we need to do, and that's exactly right. You should put the memo out because you don't want to mess with the fabric of your culture, the fabric of your, of what the way your workplace is, especially if it's positive right now, especially with the way it is with the new millennials coming into place, and it's already in flux because of the people that have been with the companies through the hard times that we've just come out of. So yeah, the memo needs to be, let's go ahead and I like to always talk about what I did say to my parents, the Little League parents. Well, always exercise the 24-hour rule. When you want to go talk to the coach about little Johnny not playing enough or not playing the right position, wait 24 hours and then see if you really still want to make that decision. So that's the memo that I would put out.
Same could be said for a wedding proposal.
That's another show.
Oh.
Business coach and employee morale specialist Michael Ray Newman with Fox News Radio. Thanks so much for your time this morning.
All right, guys. Have a great Thanksgiving.
And you do the same.